vengeful god. The Monument Mythos, a reality-bending cosmic horror series where national monuments are more than they seem, terrifying, unknowable, and deadly. But could Brightburn survive in the nightmarish world of the Monument Mythos? Today, we're going to dive deep into both worlds to answer this question and see just how far Brandon Breyer, also known as Brightburn, can make it against the existential horrors lurking in the twisted mythos.
I'm the bad guy.
First, let's recap Brandon's powers. Now, while he might look like a typical 12-year-old, don't be fooled. This kid's got the full Kryptonian package. Super strength, heat vision, flight, invulnerability, and a psychotic need to assert dominance. He's like Superman if you went straight for your jugular and didn't stop at just you. His durability, ability to tank bullets, and sheer strength to rip open airplanes make him a terrifying force. Here's the kicker, he's still a kid. Brandon's arrogance and lack of emotional maturity make him just as vulnerable to manipulation and psychological warfare as any child. Now, let's talk about the Monument Mythos. This isn't your standard monster of the week situation. This world is a cosmic horror playground where the Statue of Liberty isn't a symbol of freedom, but a grotesque, living entity capable of devouring people. The Washington Monument? A reality altering trap. Air Force One? Yeah, it's alive and eats people. The Monument Mythos operates on one terrifying principle. Reality is malleable, and you're at the mercy of beings that don't play by the rules. No heat vision or super strength is going to help you when the laws of physics themselves are out to get you. So how does Brightburn fare against some of the monsters in the Monument Mythos? Let's break it down. First up, the Liberty Lurker. This massive, godlike creature doesn't just crush people, it warps reality. Brandon can probably fly in with his heat vision, but the Liberty Lurker could manipulate his sense of direction, trapping him in an endless loop of destruction, or just devouring him whole. While Brandon could probably try to do something with his laser eyes, maybe, I don't know, like tip it over, his raw power is kind of meaningless when his opponent is literally dictating the rules. Now, what's with the Washington Monument? This thing may look like a building, but it's actually a trap that bends time and space. Imagine Brandon trying to laser through it, only to find himself in an infinite void or face-to-face with his greatest fears. His arrogance might keep him fighting, but the Washington Monument doesn't lose. It just rewrites the rules until you break. Sorry, Brandon, you're not winning this one. Now there's Air Force One Angel. So Brightburn's heat vision might damage his exterior, but this thing is essentially a celestial or predator. It can probably drag him into its dimension where he's not the strongest or the fastest, just prey. So without a plan, Brightburn probably wouldn't even make it out of the first act. Now, Brightburn is invulnerable and he has super speed and he can fly, so some might be thinking that he can at least escape. Now, those abilities might give him a fighting chance, but let's not forget that Brightburn's biggest flaw is definitely his immaturity. He's impulsive, reckless, and overconfident. The Monument Mythos thrives on exploiting weaknesses like these. So even if Brandon survives one encounter, he's gonna make a mistake eventually. And in this world, mistakes are fatal. So how far does Brightburn get? Well, against minor entities like the Dream Trees or some of the less dangerous anomalies, he can probably scrape by with brutal force. But once he faces the heavy hitters, so like Liberty Lurker, Washington Monument, Air Force One Angel, his journey ends. He's a god in his own world, but in the Monument Mythos, which isn't his world, he's just another victim of a cosmic nightmare. I didn't include other characters like Richard Nixon because they're just too powerful. The Monument Mythos doesn't care how strong you are or how many powers you have. It's a world where survival is not about strength, but understanding. And unfortunately for Brightburn, understanding isn't his strong suit. So let me know what you think. Do you think Brightburn could maybe find a way to survive any of the characters in Monument Mythos? Or if we just become another victim